Hey Aquarius, and happy solar return to my February Aquarians. Very excited to see you for your monthly reading. I'm Madeline, by the way, if we haven't met before. So as always, we are going to start by pulling a tarot spread to look at the story of your month, and then we will close off your reading by pulling a couple cards from the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck. So a reminder that I am an intuitive reader, so I hear what Spirit says, I relay it. So sometimes a lot of different messages come through. Bear with me. There's a lot of different Aquarians listening to this video, so I get a lot of different messages. Take the ones that resonate, leave the ones that don't give you any value, knowing that those are for some other Aquarian, and you don't even need to worry about it. Okay? Okay. Let's get into it, shall we? So, Spirit, we want to tune in for people born under the sign of Aquarius in the month of February. Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising, and dominant folks. Spirit, want to know what our water bearers need to know in the month of February. The truth for their highest good. Spirit, want to know what kind of energy Aquarius is coming into the month with, and what kind of themes and energies are showing up around them. Want to know anything we need to know about their inner world and how that is manifesting in their outer world. Anything pertinent from the past as it pertains to the present and the unfolding future. Anything that Aquarius needs to know for their highest good and to help them create and walk into the future that is fun, fulfilling, peaceful, secure, abundant. We want to know what they need to know, Spirit, for their highest good. Perfect. Okay. In the month of February, what does Aquarius need to know? Hey, love to see it. Well, that you wouldn't be Aquarius if you weren't doing everything that you need to do to be your true whole self. We love to see it. Wow. What a nice birthday present you've got here, Aquarius. Okay. It's well earned, too. Here's the headline, Aquarius. What a wonderful thing for an Aquarian to hear, because it's like, this is the whole point of your existence anyway. Every effort that you make in February to be true to yourself, to shed those things that make your life feel stagnant or like you're not growing, you're not expanding, which are very important things for an Aquarian. Every effort that you make to come closer to what does enliven you and make you feel passionate, make you feel like yourself, moves you toward joy, love, fulfillment, financial fulfillment, etc. We'll get there. Let's talk about it. So, center of your reading, here's you, Aquarius, showing up as passionate, showing up as greatly desiring a change. There is already a light, a fire. That was a combination. There's already a fire lit underneath you. You are already in transit. You're moving toward something that will make you happier. Now, to do that, crossing your reading, Eight of Cups, you do have to move away from things that do not bring you happiness, do not bring you growth. Old, toxic cups. They're filled with old, toxic feelings, messages, resonances. These are all the things that Spirit is saying. So when I think of Eight of Cups, there can be different ways this plays out. We can be addicted to substances, for example. And one day, it's like, okay, I really love to drink, right? And I have myself a drink or a few or whatever every single day or whatever my thing is. And maybe when I feel bad, I drink. And today I was feeling real bad and real depressed and whatever. And then I went to have the drink, and having the drink actually made me feel worse. Or I'm single, but I've got like a situationship going with somebody because like I don't want to be alone, but this person doesn't want to commit. So we just kind of do this like in-betweeny thing. And, I feel lonely. So I go to this person's house or have them over or whatever. And then after the encounter is over and they've left, I feel more alone than if I had just hung out by myself. That's Eight of Cups stuff, where it's like, ugh, when I go back and sip from this that used to make me feel good, that used to give me some kind of charge or some kind of um, something, now it gives less than nothing. What is that for you, Aquarius? What thing in your life, or multiple things, that when you go to them in hopes of finding solace or sweetness, you get less than nothing? The Eight of Cups is a very courageous card. It takes a ton of courage to walk away from things that we know are limiting us and to move toward the unknown. Like, this is everything I've gathered up over time and spent so much investment and love and poured into this old relationship or this old habit or this old method of being. And now I know that it's keeping me from living to the fullest. And so I must courageously leave it behind. Thankfully, this card representing you this month, Knight of Wands, is never short of courage. And neither is your crowning card, the Hermit. The will to be true to oneself, to find out the truth inside of oneself, to come to one's own conclusions and understandings, to light up your inner world. These people, if you were to think about who would hang out and be able to have good conversations at a party, doesn't this person just end up becoming this person? I'm searching for the truth. At first, I felt like I was going empty-handed and with nothing into the dark night, and then I remembered I have a light in me. I have understanding and consciousness in me that I can use to light my way. So you'll discover that as you have the courage to move away from these old, toxic, faded cups. So, in the basement of your reading, Seven of Wands, Spirit is using this phrase, and I don't feel that it's literal, although for somebody it might hit that way. They're saying fighting for your life. Fighting for your life, and now Spirit is being very punny and saying fighting for your light. But they're not joking, even though they're being punny. It's some of you, like, maybe you feel like your light has been dimmed by this addiction or this old pattern, and you are defending your light and finding it and shining it again. You are grabbing what lights you up, hello, and saying, it's okay, I don't have to be perfect, I don't have to have everything. This person is wearing two different shoes. They don't have all the perfect resources and all the perfect plan and all the perfect everything. They didn't have the best of everything. And yet they are on top. And they are able to contend with 6 people against their 1 and still be on top. Now, just to keep going with that imagery, what is sitting in the position representing where you find yourself? A spark of light, a big idea, a sense of inspiration. And if you don't feel it, then you want to cultivate the space and the pockets of peace where inspiration can spark. Okay? Inspiration needs air, and it also needs structure. Like when you light a match and you have a brief flame, you got to figure out what to do with that flame or else you're going to lose it. And it does require fuel, right? The wax, let's say, of a candle, and the protection of the glass around it, and a wick to burn. So you need to get certain things together to sustain your flame, okay? Sustain your light. One of those things will be walking away from 8 soggy ass cups that keep putting out your fire time after time after time. Prize your fire. Create pockets and space for your creativity to shine, for inspiration to come. Inspiration doesn't strike when you're going through the motions. When it does, that's a wonderful thing, but that's like being struck by lightning. Like, if I want to have inspiration, then I need to cultivate a place where inspiration can come. Like taking morning or evening or whatever walks without my phone, or with my phone just in my pocket for safety, but not looking at it, not scrolling, maybe not even listening to music. Maybe just walking through the world and leaving space for things to show up for me. Like, I'm gonna sound hella boomer right now, and I don't mean to, like, but I will say that the fact that we have these magical phones in our pockets where it's like there's entertainment of any kind or information of any kind constantly and consistently available, and not just available, but like pinging us, that has eliminated boredom in a sense. You know, it sure hasn't alleviated it, but it has kind of like, it's like we can be bored and restless and still looking at the feed, rather than bored and restless and wandering around in the feeling or in the mind or in our neighborhood. And then something that will stop us being bored is actually allowed to show up, because it's like the boredom or the restlessness or the unsureness is the precursor to aha. And just to support that, and the energy around and available to you, the Empress, the ultimate energy for supporting the growth. It's the womb for creativity. So I feel like you've already been moving toward that urge. The Empress is also about receiving. So Aquarius, if you've been a little bit like soldiering on and not in a state of receiving, it feels like that changes. Of course, it is your birthday month, it is your solar return month, so some of you will be literally receiving just nice things, which is what the Empress is all about, kicking back and being like, oh, thank you so much, I love it. And the Empress is, you know, we call her like the charmer, but it's deeper than that. It's like her sweetness and her brave, vulnerable, bold appreciation encourages people to give her more things, because they're like, that felt so good. She was so sweet and effusive and kind and thoughtful after I did that little thing for her. I want to go do more for her because she makes me feel good. And then it becomes this wonderful circular, positive cycle. Speaking of circular, positive cycles, the potential. Let's jump to the past. You've been pondering if this feels very directly about like work, like the career path that I'm on, the way that I make my money, the way that I earn or create my resources. I'm needing to rethink, take a little pause, step back, reflect. So you've been in this reflective period. And then the potential outcome of doing all of this reflection and the hermiting and etc. that you are doing and focusing on like, this I'm bored of, but what does light me up, right? As you do that, new resources, new generosity, new opportunity. Again, there's this idea of it's circular, like the Empress. Like as I make myself more able to receive, I actually become more able to give, and vice versa. You know what I'm talking about? We haven't even gotten to your future yet, which is the best of your cards, but don't worry, we're almost there. The key. And the key is that which unlocks this whole thing. Four of Swords, gentle contemplation, gentle reflection, taking time and space to exhale, to, you know, when I'm talking about going for morning or evening walks without distractions, that's the kind of thing that creates space within your mind. And creating space means bringing oxygen, means when a little spark of an idea or a thought does come into your mind, that it actually has the oxygen to grow. Okay? Now, jumping to the future. If you do this, everything Spirit's talking about, having the courage to defend your light, to search for opportunities to feel inspired, even if the inspiration isn't here yet, moving away from soggy, old, toxic cups. When you do this, here's the future that you walk into. It literally don't get much better than this. Like 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. The most of the best. All of the love, all of the support, the affection, the community, and then all of the supportive structures, the resources, the traditions, feeling so loved and so protected all around you. And it sounds funny to say that it starts with you doing that for you, but then it's not silly. It's like, that's how this shit works, is like, well, how can I find my people in my community who truly love me if I'm not even able to be who I really fucking am? If I'm like pretending and playing the part of somebody who you guys are going to think this is really cool, right? Well, then I might find a group of people that think I'm really cool. And in the back of my mind, I'm going to know, like, these people only think I'm cool because I'm playing this fucking part, instead of I was just my full fucking real ass, whole ass, imperfect ass, annoying ass self. And by being my full whole self and being always in the pursuit of being that authentic self, I found other people who are authentic and strange and weird and who appreciate that about me and maybe even love it. You know what I'm talking about? The resources and the love are plentiful when you pursue your light. And remember also, Spirit is wanting me to highlight for you that in giving away the old stagnant cups, you will get more, infinitely more than the finite few drops that you had to let go. Here comes the flowing, unlimited river. So it's worth it. Okay? Okay. Now, finally, let's pull a couple cards from the Star Codes deck. Spirit, want to share any clarity, guidance, wisdom that you want to give to Aquarius in the month of February? What more do you want to share with Aquarius? Wow. 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 Okay, so first card up. Square, semi-square, and quincunx, which are difficult angles in astrology. And the key word here is tension. Tension. Your second card up. Forgive me, I have to. Your second card up is the asteroid Ceres. And the key word is nurture. So where you feel tension, nurture. Where you feel tension, don't bring judgment. Bring nurturing. That will loosen the tension. And Spirit is talking about how when you string an instrument, if it's a little high strung, you know, it won't really ring right. But if you lower that tension just enough, you'll find something rings really beautiful and true. Okay, listen, I didn't ask for extra cheese. Spirit just sent the order this way. Hopefully you enjoyed it too. Thank you for being here, Aquarius. I really, really hope that this is helpful for you and helps you have a more satisfying, fulfilling month. If you ever want to get a personal reading, you can do that on madelinethevillagewitch.com, or you can check out my socials and all the things in the little box just south of this video. Thanks again for being here, Aquarius, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.